Hello, everyone. Today we are honored to have Kevin Burke of EIZO join us. Uh, Kevin, welcome and congrats on your success.
Thank you. Thank you very
Hey,
much.
you bet. To start with, please tell us what you do at EIZO.
I'm the product manager for the Color Edge and FlexScan product lines here in North America. I've been with the company for over 12 years now and started out as a sales rep in the western half of the continent and covered a significant amount of media and entertainment business during that time. And back in 2020, I think, or 21, switched over to product management. We brought in new sales reps to cover these territories.
Excellent, excellent. All right, and now let's jump into it. So please, could you tell us a bit about EIZO's story? How did the company begin, and what has shaped its journey so far?
Ah, great. Um, so take you back to 1968. EIZO started in 1968, so we're coming up on 60 years in a couple of years as a single entity with different names. It wasn't always EIZO, but we started out as a OEM manufacturer of black and white TVs for other mostly Japanese TV brands. We did that for most of the decade of the 70s. And in 1974-ish, we also started building tabletop video game consoles for game developers. Uh, the the one that you'll probably have heard of is Space Invaders. So there are plenty of others, I'm sure too. But the first Space Invaders games you might have seen on those tabletop consoles,
Yeah.
the console and the display and everything were built by EIZO, and then around mid 80s, 1984, 1985, kind of changed our business model and went away from being an OEM manufacturer and started building our own products. So we came out with a product line called FlexScan. That's one of the product lines that I cover here in North America um, still, and it's kind of our bread and butter product line. It's the volume leader inside the company, and it's what everything else is based off of. These are CRTs back in the 1980s. When PCs first came about and got very popular, people had to buy some kind of monitor and put it on their desk. EIZO expanded into Europe with that product, as well as into the US with that product under a different company name, but it's made by EIZO in Japan. And so did that for quite a while until late 90s. EIZO came out with, we were one of the first companies to have an LCD monitor, a computer monitor. And, everybody else followed after that. You had to because CRTs were going away. But
Yeah.
1997 or so, the first FlexScan LCD monitors came out. And like I mentioned, one of the first on the market. So a few years later, we started kind of diversifying or getting into vertical markets rather than just having a general product line that covers a lot of things. We started getting very specific. In the first place the company went was to the medical imaging market, and that was for radiology with our product line called Radiforce, and that's still going today. All these products that I'll talk about are still going today. And then a couple of years later, came out with the Color Edge product line. So 2003 it was initially introduced to the market, and we were building monitors in 2003 and started selling in 2003, 2004, everywhere in the world, including here in North America. And that was obviously a LCD panel as well. So we had some of the first usable LCD panels for color accurate viewing. And that was hard to do back then because LCD panels, when they first came out, they were TN panels and they were very difficult to, if you moved just a little bit left or right, you lost color accuracy because they weren't very good at viewing angle. So EIZO fixed that or made them better than the competitors would, and we were off and running in the color edge space. So color edge was made for companies in the photography, in print, and everybody who provides the print, because hard copy proofing was going away at the time. It was moving more towards soft proofing, and color edge is the perfect product for soft proofing.
Mm.
And it took a little while for us to get into the media and entertainment space. It didn't happen in the early 2000s. It really happened in the 20 teens, when we really took off. But in the late 2000 decade, we started working with Autodesk, who bundled color edge monitors with Flame workstations, and that really got us a foothold into the media and entertainment space. And then Color Edge grew from that. Starting around 2014, 2015, we came out with really the perfect product for people in VFX and animation. Um, but I'll get into that. Now, I'm sure we'll have plenty of other questions specifically about Color Edge, and that's not what I'm talking about right now, because we had some other products that came out, seeing as we're talking about the beginnings and how we got to where we are. Um,
Yeah.
we also went into some other verticals that you wouldn't even think about, but air traffic control. We've got a full product line for air traffic control. It's called Raptor. We pretty much control the market
Huh.
now. Um, and we also have another product line called DuraVision, which is for security and surveillance. So its solution is not just a monitor; it's a IP monitor, so you can connect direct from a camera to the monitor without needing a computer in the middle. So we have security and surveillance products under that brand name, DuraVision, as well as some maritime products that are large table monitors that are used for navigation on ships, as well as some industrial use monitors. And then more recently, I think we purchased another company that allowed us to get into the surgical suite market, which has its own challenges. So each of these markets have specific challenges that somebody needs to overcome in order to provide a good solution to them. And um, when we set out to do something like that, we really work hard on first convincing people that quality is king, and we can build the kind of the features and solutions that you need around a good quality product, and provide you something better than maybe you have access to now. So that's how we've gotten here. And it's not a super long and winding road. It's a long road, but it's not very windy. It's a very good high quality product that you can apply in many different um, verticals and make it work, as long as you know what those customers need. And that's kind of how we've done that.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Kevin. That's a great story and really impressive. Yeah. All right. So next, what does the name EIZO mean, and how does it reflect the company's mission or philosophy?
Thank you for pronouncing it the actual way that the Japanese people do. Is the Japanese company, and that's how they say it. But I don't really mind if you say ISO or EIZO or whatever. Some people even say EZO, because they're not
Ah.
really looking at the words or at the letters. But hey, it's EIZO. But the word in Japanese refers to the concept of image. And so we're a visual technology company. It's all about image. Um, so monitors and their ecosystem are really all we do. We specialize in monitors, displays. We're focused 100% on building a quality product with the highest possible image quality. And that's really what that means. So when you look at the word image and you think about what we're creating, it's something to put an image on. It's your image. It's the customer's image, and they always want their image to look best, and they want that to last a long time, and they want it to be as consistent as possible, regardless of what vertical we're in. It's typically what we're known for. So.
Uh, Excellent, excellent. All right. And now what sets EIZO apart from other display manufacturers in the industry?
Um, well, as you've heard already, there'll probably be kind of a thing about quality.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
so Most of the other display manufacturers out there are really focused on volume with, pretty good products that might not last as long as ours, but they're made for the masses, so they're a little bit more generic and made for a larger, swath of the population. And they probably aren't quite as good in terms of image quality and build quality as an EIZO. Um, EIZO's focused on really making the highest quality products, and now it's not just a general purpose FlexScan model line; it's multiple model lines that all kind of serve a specific target and really purpose built for those markets. So for Color Edge, which is I'm sure what most of us want to talk about because I know I do because my favorite product line. Um, we have unique technologies compared to our competitors, like uh, custom 16-bit 3D lookup table. There are other companies that make a 16-bit lookup table or a programmable lookup table. We got the whole thing all together. So 16-bit programmable 3D LUT that really gives the highest possible outcome of accuracy on screen of your image. We've also got a uniformity correction process that's patented. It's called digital uniformity equalizer. Nobody else does this like we do. We measure hundreds of points across the screen and adjust those points to make the monitor accurate from corner to corner. We had to do that while in the process of developing the thing that everybody knows. If you know EIZO, or if you know EIZO Color Edge, you know that we make monitors with built-in calibration sensors. And that built-in calibration sensor pops out of the top bezel on our current monitors about, an inch or an inch and a half or so from the edge of the display. And LCD panels are, if you don't color or uniformity correct them, they're going to be very accurate in the middle, and then as you go out to the edges, they get less and less accurate. With Color Edge monitor, we've fixed that or corrected for that with our patented process in the factory. So all the monitors that we ship come with a very accurate screen all the way around. And the reason I bring that up about relating to the built-in calibration sensor is that because it's way out on the edge, it needs to be as accurate out there, or it needs to represent the rest of the monitor out at that 1.5 inch point where the color target and the calibration device are actually doing their work. So we had to develop the uniformity equalizer before developing the built-in sensor. You had to have it accurate out there, otherwise those things would be useless. And we've got thousands of monitors just in North America at a lot of the customers that you call on, I'm sure, using these products and using the built-in calibration device. So we also have provided access to the API of our color management, or excuse me, our color calibration software, Color Navigator, which provides not only calibration functionality from a third-party solution, but also direct monitor control of certain, functions in a Color Edge monitor that you could activate from the favorite application that one of our users might be using, like I don't know, like Resolve or Flame, one of those types of applications, Nuke. You can build a plugin. A customer could build a plugin very simply and be able to access functionality in the monitor without actually having to go to the monitor or to go to the software that drives it, that drives the calibration of it. So those are some of the things we've developed. And then on top of all that, going back to quality, we put a 5-year warranty on all of these products. So nobody else has a 5-year warranty. These are all unique to EIZO, at least in terms of the level at which we perform, these functions and provide these technologies.
Ah, wow. Really interesting. And yeah, having worked in post-production, I know how much uh, people care about color accuracy,
Mm,
and having built the tools to maintain that color accuracy, and that's a it's a key feature of EIZO, right? And as you've described, the calibration sensors, that is what helps customers maintain color accuracy for different people working on the same project, and color accuracy and image fidelity. Is that
Hmm.
correct? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember
Excellent.
when EIZO first came out with the built-in sensor. I was working for a company that makes a soft proofing solution for print, a software kind of an online software solution at the time. And, I've been involved in color management for many years, kind of since it started back in the mid '90s. So I've been hovering around EIZO for years and years before I came to work here. But when I first heard about it, I was like, man, that sounds really cool. But then I thought, how are they going to calibrate out there at the edge? What are they going to put a 6-inch arm on the thing and have it measure in the center? And then
Yeah.
after I came to work for the company, because I never really asked anybody how they were able to do that, but when I came to work for the company, I came to realize that they had to actually perfect um, uniformity, which is really important. So uh,
Yeah.
innovation.
Yeah. That's really, really impressive. Yeah. All right. Now, now, Kevin, you've spoken to this already, uh, but EIZO serves professionals in fields ranging from healthcare to creative industries. How do you tailor your products to meet such diverse needs?
Hmm, that's a good one. Um, from the early days, we had a single purpose product, or no, I'm sorry, not a single purpose product, but a single product line that was for general purpose uses. And especially in the early days of LCD panels, our sales staff were being exposed to opportunities in lots of different industries that could use what EIZO brings to the table, the quality and consistency thing. And they were finding that, well, while we make that product that's really great for most users for that purpose, um, we weren't building purpose-built products for verticals. And as we kept getting, involved in sales opportunities for products that a company might need or an industry might need, that nobody makes something specifically for, uh, our sales reps, talk to management, and management talk to the factory, and the factory listens, and they start hearing this more and more. And um, if the research proves that there's an actual market that we can build enough monitors for, and have it be a profitable enterprise, we go after it. And so we're always looking for, and still always looking for uh, verticals that can use what we bring to the table, that quality and consistency and accuracy capability with solutions built around that to specifically meet their needs. So, for example, like Color Edge, our patented uniformity correction technology enabled the innovation that got us to the built-in calibration sensor. Uh, and the DuraVision security solutions and the air traffic control products, the Raptor products, they needed 24/7. So we needed to make a product that wasn't just your regular product that you really wouldn't want to run for 24 hours a day. It might die, sooner than you want it to. We still want to be able to put a 5-year warranty on these. So we had to kind of upgrade the components that we build for these products and make them so they could stay on all day long for until they die years and years from now. So we had to build 24/7 capable products. The curator monitors, the ones that go into the surgical suites, they needed splatterproof monitors.
Mm.
And well, I mean, you can't just take a flex scan and put it in a surgical suite. So we had to
Yeah.
build monitors that not only are splatterproof but are very high brightness and have some other features that make it easier for surgeons to work with them. So um, we listen to the users, we bring that to the factory, do the research, build the tools, build the solution that these verticals need. And because we already know how to build great monitors, we just add the capabilities that each of these verticals need.
Yeah. Yeah, incredible. It's just so great hearing you tell these stories because you're both focused on just making the best monitors with the best image quality, but then you're also diverse because you're using that focus to get into certain verticals, but doing it right every time. It's really impressive. Yeah.
I'm sure we've missed a few. We made monitors for gamers for a few years and got out of that business. It became not as profitable as we would have hoped because gamers at least at the time were renting monitors and
Uh,
returning them basically. So
gotcha.
it caused a return issue and it wasn't profitable. So there's some things that you get into and you think we're going to go gangbusters here. It's a huge market. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's always the downside of every one of those. But there's just an example.
Yeah, excellent. All right, so now let's look to the future. So what excites you most about the future of EIZO, and are there any upcoming innovations or directions you're eager to share?
Well, the cool thing about EIZO is that because we're focused on quality, we know that there's markets out there that need this and that we don't have a ton of competition. I mean, if I go up against the big computer companies with FlexScan product, it's always a price war. But in these other vertical markets where we sell products that are product, or excuse me, that are purpose built for what these people do, we have a lot less competition, and that makes for a profitable company that's always going to be here. So
Yeah,
not only is it stable product and stable image, it's stable company. So that's what
yeah,
I'm excited about. I like being part of a company that is known as the best at what they do and isn't just going to go away all of a sudden unless everybody stops using computer monitors, which it's not going to happen in my career time. I don't think so. I think we're
no,
good there. But
yeah,
anyway, EIZO is a technology company, and we're always on the forefront of the technology, and we're usually uh, at least in our verticals, are first to market with certain capabilities and technologies, like the built-in calibration sensor, for instance. But each of our product lines has unique solutions like that, um, built for those specific users. And so there's always something new to be excited about with our
yeah,
products.
yeah, absolutely. And certainly in technology in the media space, many dedicated hardware products have been replaced by software solutions over the past while, but you
Mm,
can't replace a monitor with software. You need a great monitor for just about
yeah,
everything you're gonna do. So
yeah.
yeah, I think the future's bright. And now
Yeah,
now
there's probably a dwindling population of the world that don't care as much about color as maybe they used to, but there's still, at least in terms of color edge, there's still a vast number of people and companies and basically industries that have to have it right. So
absolutely,
we've still got what they need.
absolutely. Yeah, couldn't agree more. All right. Now, what message would you like to share with professionals considering AZO for the first time?
Hmm, so my pitch. uh, so if you haven't gotten the message, quality is king, and it's not just image quality, but it's product quality. And talk a little bit about product quality. I've got some users. I mean, we don't. This isn't often, but it's several times per year. Our sales reps will pick up the phone from someone who says, "Yeah, I got this EIZO CG21, from 2004, and it's still working great, but I just bought this new computer and I can't even connect to it anymore, because I'd have to, do two signal conversions in order to get signal to it.
Right.
So we've got people using our products for way longer than that 5-year warranty, and that or let's say I'm standing at a trade show booth, and somebody will walk up and they'll say, "Oh yeah, love EIZO. We've got this monitor that we've had since 2007, and the thing's still running. And we just moved it over to our admin and put a new EIZO on the table where where the creative is." So it's really amazing to hear these stories. Um, and another one is that we have very few people in our repair department, our service department, and I'm not going to share the number, but it's very low, single digits. And the reason for that is that these products just don't fail. So we very, in terms of the thousands of units that we sell per month, the number that we get back, because of some defect, is very small. And so, I mean, they're busy, but they're not so busy that they can't do the job. And we don't need that many people because our products don't break. So that's something to kind of take home. But um, it's Color Edge is a purpose-built calibration display that provides the highest image quality specs and delivers the image based on those specs. And those specs are, like we talked about, that 16-bit lookup table, the 3D lookup table, patented uniformity correction, our own developed calibration software, and another solution that's connected with the calibration software that enables customers of a fleet of color edge monitors to be able to manage and track their calibration settings and results. So if you set a monitor to calibrate, automatically, like let's say once a month, on Sunday night at midnight on the fourth Sunday or something like that, which you can do with our software, as well as, right from the front buttons of the monitor, you can set it up on a schedule. And if you've got, you know, 20, 30, 100, 1,000 color edge monitors in the facility, you can use our Color Navigator Network solution, which are all part of the EIZO experience. You don't pay extra for the software or this service that we're talking about.
Right.
Um, an admin at that company can open up Color Navigator Network and see all the monitors in their network and see the last time they calibrated and was it successful. And they could even, if they have a change, like you get a new show in and the new show requires maybe a show LUT to be added to the monitor, and you want to push that out to all the monitors at the same time, you don't have to go around to each monitor individually. You can push it out from one place. And that's really important. So that technology, the built-in calibration sensor, of course, is something fairly unique and really adds value to what you're getting and makes it so as a user of color accurate monitors to not have to actually do the calibration part really helps keep the monitor accurate and consistent across time, across all those years that you're going to own it. So if you want a monitor that you can feel confident about and that will display your images consistently and accurately every day, all the time, that the top animation and VFX and post-production studios use, and they say is the highest quality display that you can get, then the Academy Award winning Color Edge line is the way to go.
Yeah. Very well said. Very well said,
Thanks.
Kevin. Yeah. Now, if you had to describe EIZO in 3 words, what would they be and why?
Uh, I guess I go back to all the words I've been saying already. Consistent quality image. There's 3 words, and they're all
That's right.
really important to what we do. So a customer wants confidence. I guess can I throw a fourth word in there? Confidence. We make a
Yeah.
product, at least on the color edge side and everywhere, but we're talking about color edge here. We make a confidence monitor. Somebody sits down in front of an EIZO, and that's the one they expect to be right. So we do that by providing a consistent, accurate, quality image all the time. I added way more words, but sorry,
That's
can't help
that's that's
it.
perfectly okay. All right. Well, to wrap up, Kevin, I just want to say how much we appreciate our partnership with EIZO, how much our customers love your monitors. And I think hearing you talk with passion and clarity about the history of the company and the focus of the company, um, I think I understand better why the customers love the monitors so much, why they add so much value to the creative process, and thank you for taking some time to share with us everything about EIZO.
Thank you very much too, and thanks for the great questions. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.